You can go to my YouTube and you can see the videos on there for that. Everything else is brand new. No one's never heard it. So now, finally, the world gets to hear Moment of Clarity, and it's bittersweet because it's something that we both worked on. We both wanted to get out, and he's not here to see it. You know,
Mm.
he's only here with it. He's only here within the memory. So this whole project is dedicated to his memory.
Mm.
Like that's why on the cover you see his face and not mine.
Mm.
I'm just blessed to be the vocalist that can present it. But the whole project is all Todd. That's why. And shout out to Guest Appearances on the album, man. Shout out, shout out my bro A Sharp for mastering the project. My brothers Access Immortal, JD Nero, um, Juxtapose, Marcyville with the artwork. You know, it was a team effort. It was all hands on deck, and everybody came through. When I needed something, they were there. So I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be putting this album out.
So how did you get involved with in hip hop? What's your background?
I got involved in hip hop. I've been listening to rap music since I was maybe what 9 years old, and I didn't get serious with the music so like around maybe 2008, 2009. With Todd Sykes, the funny part is I met him through my brother Access Immortal. Access Immortal was doing a song with them, and he put me on the song. And so from there on, we clicked. And Todd used to send me emails with beats, and we just took it from there.
Mm. So who are some of your influences?
Nas, Wu Tang, De La Soul, A Tribe Called Quest, Outkast, Public Enemy, NWA, the whole '90s scene, the whole '80s scene, early 2000s. I have a lot of influences, but those are my main ones.
Why you go about verse essential?
My high school name was Versatile. As corny as that sounds. Everybody used to call me Verse for short. But when I got into college, there was a whole bunch of other rappers with the same name. So I just put Verse Essential, and it stuck. And I kept that name ever since.
Mm. So how many projects how many projects you dropped before this one?
At least six.
Okay.
At least a good amount, at least six. But I haven't dropped a project since 2015. So it's like I'm emerging back into my old self. So
I know. So why you kind of gets the break? I was like 5
life,
years.
life. Got a new job. Got engaged. Um, I had to let life take its course. Plus my 2015. By the time I put up my last album, I'm not supposed to be here. I I got burnt out. I mean, I just needed was to take a step back and just refocus everything. But now coming back in, the music game has changed so much since 2015. It's so different right now. So I'm just embracing all the new changes. So it's good. It's a good feeling.
Now, how would you describe your style?
More reality based. You know, I wouldn't call myself old school. Like some would say I have a nostalgic style to the way I do things, but I'm more straightforward. You know, with me, you're gonna get a certain level. I think you're gonna get a certain level of quality with me, and that's how I like to do it.
Then describe your creative process.
Creative process. I get a beat. I listen to it. I'll probably know within the first 20 seconds if I'm going to use it. And one thing about me, when I write a song, I don't force it. Like, if I can have a good idea, I can write the first 5 bars can be dope. If I can't think of anything, I'll just leave it alone. And then naturally, whenever I feel like I just get back to it, and I let it take from there.
Mm. So the project, you say you dropped that project on Friday, huh?
Yeah, Black Friday.
Mm.
Black Friday.
So what's the plans for the project?
The plans for now, well, so it's on all streaming platforms. As far as anything physical, I do want to put it on vinyl, but that part is still in. That part is still in the works. But for now, it's digital. You know, iTunes, YouTube, every streaming platform you can think of, it's on that. And I also noticed you got that Superman cover in the background, man. I'm big on comics.
Oh, what comics you like?
X-Men, Amazing Spider-Man, Star Wars. I'm big on X-Men.
Mm.
I'm big on X-Men.
Who's your favorite X-Men character?
Wolverine, and Apocalypse.
What you like
I
about
like,
Wolverine?
well, he's always indestructible. But I can't say that because Magneto almost killed him. He did he did pull his exoskeleton out at one point and nearly killing him. But he's indestructible. But what I like about him, he's not one of those happy characters. He still has a lot of pain that he goes through, even now, all these years fighting all these different monsters and stuff like that.
Mm. So what are your interests outside of music?
Outside of music, I'm big on photography, video games, obviously comics, uh, stuff like that.
What video games you play?
Right now, I play the old. Well, it's kind of old school now, but I just finished beating The Last of Us.
The what?
So I play The Last of Us for PlayStation. I'm a PlayStation dude.
Oh, you play
I
like which one though? PlayStation? Which system?
PlayStation 4.
Okay.
4.
Yeah,
I have
I got 4 and I got 3.
I 4 I've been lucky enough to recently get the 5. So right now I'm just trying to ease onto all the new technology and stuff.
Oh, so you're not playing it yet?
Not yet, but I will be.
Did you try to? You got the Oculus. I got the Oculus.
You got what?
Oculus is like a virtual reality gaming system.
Oh no! That I never got into. I never got into it.
Cause y'all be on there boxing and shit, so it'd be pretty fun.
Yeah, like you do it, like you play like boxing and stuff like that. It makes you feel like you're really in the ring.
Yeah.
I hear that.
Yeah. And then what's your goals for the rest of the year right now?
My goals for the rest of the year right now, well, to get through 2020, I'll have to tell you how terrible this year was with this whole COVID-19 going around. It's just been crazy. Excuse me. Honestly, I'm just glad I got this album out. So right now, I'm just gonna let the album ride for a while. Just let people hear it, let people get into it more and more and more, and then after that, hopefully, maybe mid 2021, and I'll put on another. Then I'm gonna put on another project, which I'm excited about, but I can't give no details about that, fortunately. So
Yeah, you a Knicks fan?
yeah,
Oh.
they need to win a championship.
When last time they won one?
In the 70s, before I was even born.
Yeah, Phil Jackson there playing in and shit. Phil Jackson and what's that? The other politician name that played for him. They had another was it Bill Bradley?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I'll say I was thinking they was talking about. I think Patrick Ewing's birthday was a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
I was just like, shit. That was the closest time y'all had it when they
That was
had.
the closest they had. He was a hard team. That was the closest they had. I'm just thinking about my man Nate Robinson. Like when he did this past Saturday, I was like, it takes a lot of guts to go from basketball to boxing.
Yeah.
So you gotta give him credit for him to even do it. But I mean,
they say you can't play boxing.
I would be negative. I mean, because when you get into something new, I mean, will mess up in the beginning, but I hope Nate Robinson will just look at this as a lesson and just, if you want to keep boxing, just learn a technique, learn a guard.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think the whole thing was because the guy he fought, he was on the card last year, so he at least had like 2 years, maybe
That
3 years of
good.
training. Yeah,
Nathan,
I think Nate
training,
Robinson just started this year when they said the fight was on. So it's like
hey,
you ain't finna beat him.
right. He ain't gonna be him. He had to, and one of beat him had very little training himself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even because I'm like that. Yeah, I've said the Jake Paul guy. He's so raw now, but this dude trying to call out Conor McGregor. I'm like, McGregor will kill you. I was like, you do not want to fight McGregor, man.
I'm like, he got learned too, because he was swinging all wild, like,
Yeah. So I'm saying McGregor, but I want to. I don't think they. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna do that fight. But that guy's calling out McGregor now, so he's feeling himself. But I don't think he won the fight. I'm talking about, but he called him in a boxing match. But I don't think. I thought McGregor actually did pretty decent. He didn't do. Yeah, he did better than everybody thought he was gonna do in that match against Floyd.
No, he held his own. Though I watched that fight.
He just got tired. Yeah, he got tired.
He just got tired. That's the thing with boxing. The worst thing that can happen in a boxing ring is fatigue.
I'm like, I tilt my hat to him because you know how hard that is for him to switch like that, and then he did okay. So I don't think the other guy wanted to fight him. So
yeah. So
what you think about the? What you thought about the Tyson Roy Jones fight?
I thought it was cool. It was good to see Tyson, back in the ring where he belongs once again. I thought Roy Jones was a little big, but Roy Jones was moving a little sluggish. But what do you expect? These dudes is in their 50s now. They're not going to be moving like they were 20 years ago.
Yeah, I learned from the I think just a couple. I want to say last year they had the Chuck Liddell and Tito fight. Mm-hmm. I learned when I saw that fight. I learned. I said, it's gonna be like, oh, it's good to see, but it's not gonna be like you were there in that prime fighting. Like it's not like that. Yeah.
Obviously, none of it was. Roy Jones, he went up a class. He was a good middleweight. He should. In my opinion, he should have stayed a middleweight, but he went to be a heavyweight, and he did his thing in that. So you can't expect them to be at their prime. Just to see Tyson in the ring after all this time, because Tyson looks good. Tyson, he's getting back in fight shape. I want to see more. I want to see them fight more again. So,
well, I say at the same time, it's like Tyson does look good, but like imagine Tyson fighting like Joshua. Joshua will kill him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Tyson looks good, but Tyson looked good for fighting Roy Jones. I don't want them to start saying like, "Oh, Tyson should fight Wilder or Fury."
No.
Like, nah.
Off the youth alone, they're younger. They got more energy than Tyson does, but that depends.
But that's the thing too. I was like, man, I said, just imagine if it was 3 minutes. It was only 2 minutes, and I was like, damn, they tired like that. It was 3-minute rounds. Them was 2-minute rounds.
Them 3-minute rounds are long. They don't seem long to us.
Oh, nah. That's why I said that little game I played, man, that's the longest 3 minutes ever, man. I was like, shit. Then you only get that little minute break. I'm like, me.
Yes. So I gotta hit the pause button. Click.
So what about, we was talking about COVID, man? How does it affect you your life any?
It's COVID. I'm home now. I haven't been in an office since March. So it affected me. It affected me in that way. For me, I'm used to get on the train and get on the bus, get to work, and now I just roll out of bed and go to the bathroom and throw something and go downstairs. So it's just like, wow! I can't believe I could be at work in a minute. So,
but the funny part is about it. It's like when you think about it, it's like, okay, this could have always been happening like this.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part. Then all of a sudden this happened and just switched like that all of a sudden.
Like that.
Yeah.
Like that. So to work at home, it's a blessing. I don't have to deal with being outside, but my heart and my prayers always go to people that gotta be in the forefront, the nurses, the doctors, the police, MTA workers that have to be in the forefront with this with this virus. You know, my heart and my prayers always go out to them because we need them all. You know, the post office workers, UPS. That's the thing. I'm real cool with my UPS guy now. He don't see my name at this point because he's still sending stuff out, and they still got to be out there with this. So it's crazy. You just got to keep, you know, our prayers for people that still have to be out in the forefront. But has this changed life? Yeah. You know, a lot of people have died. A lot of people have been lost. It's changed the way we look at certain things. You know, so I hope things will get better next year, but we just have to see what happens.
And then what would you like to say to your fans and supporters?
First, I'd like to thank my supporters just for listening, just for everybody that downloaded the album, everybody that bought the album, everybody that checked it on my Bandcamp, everybody that's been checking it out on iTunes, everybody that's been sharing it, supporting it, and people that's just been saying, you know, I don't even like rap music, but I like you, so I'm gonna support it anyway. I said, cool, that's fine, you know, but try to listen to the album when you get a chance, and I say thank you, and I mean. One big moment for me with the album was actually two. One was when Tosek's brother sent me a message, and he was just like, "Yo," I was like, "I really like what you're doing. Like, you're helping us get through the loss of him." And his grandmother hit me on one of my posts on my Facebook, and he was like, "Yo, you're doing a good job. I'm seeing it." I was just like, and I'm looking at the post like, "What?" Wow, because his brother he was just telling me that he used to say that, you know, he believed in me as much as I believed in him. Here's the funny part about me and Todd. Me and Todd never physically met. But just that we kept so close online, like through emails and tweets and Facebook and all that stuff. We always stayed close and kept reach each other over and over and over. There was only one time that I literally begged him was to come to New York back in 2011, and I was begging him to come to New York. This is when we were really, really working on this album. Like, he was sending me beats on a daily basis, and for some reason he couldn't make it out here. You know, so the only person that could come out here was the homie Evergreen One. Shout out Evergreen One, and you know, I was hoping Tom would be there, but you know, we just never got a chance to meet. And that's the part that blows my mind about this album, is that I never physically met them, but we still created a classic. We created something that will forever be remembered. It will forever, something that he'll forever live on. And that's the part that I love about this album, is that outside the music being dope, the music has purpose. You know, it's his eulogy. It's really his eulogy. So I'm excited about that.
So how did y'all meet?
We met through my boy Access Immortal.
Oh yeah.
Through email. We met through him. Him and Access were working on the song. Access put me on that song, and from there we just got cool. We just got really, really cool.
All right, man. I want to say thanks for coming through politicking with me.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me, man. PoPolitickin show. Thank you.
Yeah, no doubt, man. You got any shout outs?
Shout out everybody that's been involved in this album. A Sharp, JD Nero, Access Immortal, Juxtapose, my man Marcyville. Shout out everybody that's involved in this album. Shout out the fans. Shout out everybody that's involved in this album. Shout out Todd Sykes' brother, Troy Sykes. And keep on listening.
Man, you look like Rev Run, Law son.
Yeah. You know what's funny? Everybody been saying that for years.
Oh.
And one thing I like to do on the side, I don't know if you heard this thing called Funko.
Uh-huh.
I collect this thing called Funko Pops. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. Little things like this.
Yeah,
This is Mr. Sinister. I have the pop with Run DMC. So when I looked at it, I was like, damn, this dude really does look like me.
So what are those like? Would you like collect them and resell them, or what you do with those?
They're collectibles. So I collect them. Sometimes I sell them, but they're little collectibles.
Where you get those from?
I get them online. Walmart, Target, anywhere. Hot Topic, anywhere.
What's your social media?
My social media, everything is Verse Essential. Twitter at Verse Essential. Instagram at Verse Essential, and Facebook at Verse Essential. Everything is the same. Everything's the same name. So once you type in that, you can find me on everything else through that, and YouTube as well.